Hey everyone, it's Spicysushi. So I want to do a quick update to Archmage, going over all the crazy new uniques they've added to the build, and so I wanted to go over that now. The number one thing I want to first start with is this bugged unique. It does not work in game right now, but when it does, it basically solves all mana issues early game. There, you will have zero mana issues at all if they bug fix this. It is extremely unfortunate that it came into the game not working because this is an insane early game item and it's not that great late game. But you know, if it had worked at early game, this would have been great. But if you're still in the early game, hopefully this gets bug fixed very soon because right now it is useless. But 50% reduced mana cost, that is like 4 times stronger than Worm Signs for early mana issues, and so that's why I have it here just in case they do bug fix it. Just keep that in mind. Next thing on the early setup, the Green Dream gives you about 28% increased max mana. Basically, you place it down here. And with this node and this node taken, gives you 28% increased max mana. And taking these points is really good early as well with the res. I basically just dropped these jewels over here to get that, and that's it. Or I dropped this jewel over here to get it, and that's really it, as well as an extra point. Well, this jewel socket, and then I took like one off here, and then, well, you'll see in the POB. I think it was like one right there. Yeah, so that's how I fit that. And then I picked up Foulborn Kikazaru. This is better than Dream Fragments because it gives you so much flat mana, and with Green Dream and all our other max mana increases, it increased max mana loses a lot of value, but flat mana gains a ton of value. So this is an amazing ring. It gives you more mana than even like a cloak would give you normally, so it's pretty great. The next one is the Foulborn Voice of the Storm. Let me find it on trade. Also a super cheap unique. This is super good for solving defense early when damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky, so it rolls the worst of 2 rolls. And it gives you up to 20% increased max mana and a lot of increased damage. So before Foible, this is really good. Foible obviously gets better later because it gives you a ton of flat mana. And then, yeah, here's the Kikuzaru that I told you about. And then the next thing I want to go over is graphs. So I haven't really found one that's super impactful damage-wise or anything. There are some cool defensive ones. Heart of Flame I liked a lot, but it puts Arcane Cloak. It doesn't put Arcane Cloak on cooldown, but you can't activate Arcane Cloak through automation if it's currently up, which is a massive issue, so it's pretty much unusable. But what I recommend is getting a max mana graft. T1 is 14%. You can get 2 of these, so 28% increased max mana total. So really solid. If we go down to 12%, 1C, so a really good pickup. And then otherwise, the other ones I just go for is like increased graft blood gained, and then forgot the other ones. There are some other ones. I think it's just like the increased chance for like mysterious wounds and stuff. But I do like the equipment wounds. Either way, it's just the increased max mana for the build though. Next unique, Cloak of Defiance. So there is a new Cloak of Defiance that is completely busted, and it gives you up to 20% of your max mana as ES. This is absolutely absurd because the only thing it removes is the evasion and ES. It is extremely expensive, so I recommend just using a super good rare chest for now until moving up to this. Speaking of rare chests, I do want to go over. People were reporting. I've been sent POBs of people who were saying they're struggling with mana issues, and every single POB that had a rare chest that was struggling did not have the recover mana when you focus. And this is unlocked in the campaign. I'm not sure where in the campaign, but if you go to your bench and I think you type in like focus and you scroll down to the bottom, if you don't have it, you can look at undiscovered and it should show you where it is. So right now I haven't gotten triggered and it says it's in the refinery. But this will solve all early mana issues when it comes to Arcane Cloak. So a lot of issues early is when Arcane Cloak goes off, you struggle getting your mana back to top, especially before like a Clarity of Recover Watcher's Eye. With this, all you do is when you see your Arcane Cloak pop, you press focus is a button right here. You can click your keybinds and you can find it. This is it. As soon as you see, let me go ahead and, well, I guess I don't have a chest to even show it, but basically, Arcane Cloak is going to go off. You're going to press focus, and then it's going to top your mana. Let me actually just go ahead and craft this on something so I can show you how impactful it is, actually. So let's just do 29%. And then you see when Arcane Cloak pops, I see it pop, boom. It almost tops your mana immediately. So this is a great, this solves all those issues with, because yeah, the number one complaint I said was like, when my Arcane Cloak goes off, I can't get my mana back, and it feels really awkward on a boss. You just do that, you just press focus, and that gives you like effectively just like 5,000 mana regen or something. So yeah. Next unique is going to be Barracks Respite Foulborn. This solves all mapping issues on Archmage. The main problem with Archmage is mapping after the early game. Like, it feels good for early T16s, but then once everyone's like, you know, has good gear and is blasting maps, full screen AoE, Archmage falls really behind. But this unique basically fixes that. I replace my Kikuzaru for this when I'm doing like mapping content, because it gives you a 100% explode chance. Dealing 5% of the life is lightning, which 5% is not a lot, but you scale this because it's lightning damage, and you don't have a ton of scalers early on, but later in the end game, you run a Light of Meaning with increased lightning damage, which is going to give you a massive amount of explode scaling, and you do get lightning damage sources in other places as well. You can even get lightning damage on wands if you want to, like instead of spell damage, you can craft increased lightning damage, and that can work as well. But yeah, so this basically makes it so Frostblink can actually be your main clear, because you can just Frostblink around the map and blow up everything. And I think that is it. The Bloodline Ascendancy I have not really done yet. I'm going to have to craft really good rings to include that in the build, and so I have not done the Bloodline yet. Because currently Kikuzaru is so strong and Barracks Respite is so strong for clear that it's making it kind of a hard option right now. Crafting wands, I want to go over that too. So this is a tree I use for crafting wands right now. I do Martial Flesh with ranged weapon chance, reduced dex, so I get less bows, increased int. I get these small points to just get extra crafts and higher mod tiers. 1000% increased chance for caster, 1000 for mana, reduced life, and then fracture chance, reduced attack, reduced fire. Sorry, I've got something in my throat this morning. And you can take Severing. If you want to make a full wand, you would not take Severing. But if you want to make like a good base to possibly recom or sell, this is better for profit. Like if you're in Trade League, this would be better taken for profit because you can get fractured bases more often. For example, getting fractured mana would probably be the best by far. Like if you somehow hit like a profane wand with max mana, they might actually be cheap because people are kind of just printing with this tree. Let's see, fractured max mana. Oh yeah, 7 divines actually. So if you hit a cast speed base with fractured mana, so 7 divines, you can easily craft a full wand with fractured mana as well. So if you hit like profane, heathen, something like that, you could use that. So that's the tree I use for making wands. Normally I would always take Severing because it's gonna, because if you don't take Severing, you might get plus level to spells often, but with this you don't really see that. Because it will always remove like plus level to spells. So if you're not doing Archmage, you would not want to take this because it will remove plus level to spells all the time. But if you are playing Archmage, you don't want that. So this is good. I just have it not selected because I was testing maybe making full 6 mod or 5 mod Archmage wands with and then crafting to finish, but it has not been working out. But yeah, that's what I've been doing with my blood on here. Here I've been just I've been experimenting around. I don't want to say anything yet because I don't think it's good, but I might have something later. Anyway, that's it, guys. Hopefully that helps, and you can always ask me on stream if you need help as well. I will have the endgame PoB. I'm still working on it, on this Fallen swap and stuff, later on. I just don't really feel like there's a massive desire for like Giga endgame on Archmage yet, so I haven't rushed to get that out just yet, because I'm still trying to experiment with things. But I will see you next time.